Right now in America, colleges are stealing years from your life and taking tens of thousands of dollars from you. And the worst part is that most people have no other choice because employers have agreed to the university's lucrative system. This has put millions of young people on a spiraling debt path. American college students owe over $1.75 trillion in student loans. This can take many years to recover from and can cause an enormous amount of stress. Now you might be saying, Micah, hold on. When you commit to a college, you agree to pay for the education, so they're not stealing your money. And there are many good programs that teach you specific skills and provide you with a network that will allow you to get an amazing job. And I would agree that college is a choice, and there are a lot of good things that you can learn in college that will help you on your job. I'm not arguing that college is a bad thing. I'm arguing that 2 years of required general education is a complete scam. This is where colleges and universities are stealing your time and money. I'll go over the reasons colleges say they have required general education classes, and then I'll talk about why requiring these classes is hurting college students and what we can do to limit its effect. This will be full of information, so you're going to want to stick around for this one. So why do colleges say they require a general education? First, they make the argument that a broad-based skill set is more attractive to employers. In other words, they want well-rounded students when they graduate. And this makes sense at first. English classes will make us a better communicator. The math classes will help our problem-solving skills. The fine arts classes will help us appreciate the world more. It all sounds nice, but colleges are using simple logic and faulty assumptions. First, tell me a major where you can't incorporate communication and problem-solving skills into the coursework. These are good skills, but that doesn't mean I need a separate class to teach me them. Second, they assume I can't learn these skills outside of a college class. My jobs in the real world have taught me far more about communication than any English class ever has. Third, they assume that students actually care about the Gen Eds they are being forced to take. No one learns anything because no one cares about taking sociology and theater appreciation. Everyone is just using Quizlet and cheating in these classes. Fourth, colleges forget we just took 4 years of learning how to be a well-rounded student. It's called high school. So yeah, I don't buy the argument that you need general education courses to become a valuable employee. You can learn those skills in classes you actually care about and in real-life situations. Colleges also argue that general education classes help you discover your interests and pick your major. Okay, so what about all the people that know their interests and know their majors? Why do they have to spend 2 years discovering their interests? Colleges are advocating you to spend $1,500 on a class to see if you like that area of study. That's probably the most expensive way to figure out what you want to do. I think doing things in the real world helps determine what you like to do. You definitely don't need a class for that. The real reason why colleges force you to take general education classes is that it doubles their revenue. This way, they can build more fancy buildings and build bigger recreational areas so it feels like you're on vacation. This way, they can attract even more students while continuing to raise tuition prices. Please let me know in the comment section if you feel the same way about Gen Eds as I do, or if you think I'm completely missing something. Most of you guys are college age, so I really want to know what you guys think about this. Okay, so whatever little bit of good comes with requiring general education classes, it is heavily outweighed by all the bad things that come along with it. First, they waste our time. Universities are taking 1.5 to 2 years out of our life so we can learn things that we don't want to learn. You know how many millions of hours college students are wasting by sitting through lectures and studying for classes that they don't want to take? And they probably forget everything after they finish the class because they never cared to learn it in the first place. These people can become easily discouraged and drop out of school because they never even got to take the classes they signed up to take when they declared their major. There's people that take their Gen Eds and they go, well, this sucks, I'm not doing this anymore. All that time wasted. What if they could have just started on the things they actually wanted to learn? Second, colleges are wasting your money. Imagine if your tuition bill was cut in half. How much more affordable would college be? Everyone talks about how college is so expensive, but no one talks about how we are forced to spend money on something that we didn't want to take in the first place. You know what is really sad is when people graduate with hundreds of thousands of dollars of student debt and then get a job that they really like that only pays $50,000 per year. Or the kid who drops out with debt and never finishes his degree. Both of these people are in an absolute financial mess. If you could go to college and just take the classes you wanted to take and complete a major in 2 or 2.5 years, there would be way less college debt and a much higher completion rate. You would be much more financially prepared to start your life. The easiest way to see how general education is hurting college students is to look at the opportunity cost. For this example, let's assume a few things to keep the math easy. Let's say that college costs $25,000 per year for tuition, room and board, transportation, books, and fees. So that means that the average person is going to pay $100,000 for a 4-year degree. Now let's assume that your general education classes take 2 years to complete with 15 credit hours per semester. We'll say that 15 credit hours translates to 30 hours each week between your lectures and studying. 30 hours per week times 16 weeks in a semester times the number of semesters gives you 1,920 hours for your general education classes. So with a few more simple math steps, we can come to the rough conclusion that your general education classes cost $50,000 in 80 days of your life. So now I give you a choice. Would you rather have a basic understanding of the humanities, English, math, and biology, which would make you a well-rounded beginner who is an expert in nothing? Or would you rather have $50,000 to put towards your dream and 80 days of your life to spend on something you actually cared about? That is exactly why general education is an absolute scam. It should only exist for those who have the time and money to figure out what they want to do. It should not be required for people that have declared their major and are trying to save money. Now let's talk about what we can do to limit the negative effects of required general education. First, try to get as many of these classes done before you even start college. Now you can do this in a couple of different ways, but this will largely depend on your high school. Take as many dual credit classes as you can, or try to sign up for college classes while you are in high school. You can also take AP tests and CLEP scores to get out of some required classes. This saves time and money because you could knock off a semester or even 2 if you earn enough credit. Secondly, you could take your classes at a community college. This would also save a lot of money. However, neither of these solutions gets rid of the problem because you are still spending money and wasting time taking these tests or going to a community college. To get rid of this problem, we need one of 2 things to happen. First, colleges would have to drop their requirement for general education. But why would they do this if they make so much money off of it? It would have to be in their financial interest to drop these requirements. This could occur if new universities were created that would allow you to earn your bachelor's degree in 2 years. Or struggling universities could cut half their staff and half their classes and promote themselves as a 2-year bachelor degree school. If these type of schools became popular enough, universities could feel pressure to drop their requirements out of fear of losing too many students. I find this scenario unlikely or just very far away. Or the other option would be employers completely dropping their degree requirements, making colleges completely irrelevant. All of your learning would be on-the-job training. This is already happening to a certain extent because so many employers need help, especially in the tech space. Google, Tesla, Netflix, Dropbox, Accenture, Apple, IBM, Oracle, and Dell all offer positions that don't require a college degree. And some of those, like Tesla, don't require a degree at all. I think more and more companies will stop requiring degrees for certain careers. I think the consumer wants this, and more people will be less dependent on a college degree in the future. We are headed in the right direction, but we are still a long ways away from creating the ideal college experience that saves time and money. So in the end, I don't think anyone wants to pay $50,000 and spend 2 years of their life taking required general education classes that are taught by student aides. I honestly think college would be so much better if we didn't have to take these classes. And I'm not saying don't go to college. I'm just saying you need to be smart about how you spend your time and your money when you're choosing to go to college. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you could give me a like, I would really appreciate that. And consider subscribing if you want more videos aimed at helping young people navigate their lives. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.